Muy buena gente, espero que estén muy bien. Vamos a hacer un nuevo video de Stanley para Play.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
No sé qué pasó ahí. Ya, este va a ser un nuevo video de Stanley Parable, algo así creo que se llamaba. Y espero que lo disfruten y no sé cuántos episodios durará, pero creo que en este quiero obedecer al locutor para ver qué sucede. Vamos.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Vamos. Se me había perdido el memo. Vamos a ver qué memo es. No
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
¿Qué secreto nos esconderá este gran juego? Muy conocido.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
No.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Se adentró al abierto pasaje. Vamos a bajar, una pequeña transición. Continuamos.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Exactamente. Vamos a averiguarlo. No se puede quedar así.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Hartas pantallas. Demasiadas. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen,
La puerta
and
está cerrada.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Vamos para allá. ¿Cuánto es el máximo? 500 y tanto. Ah, no. Ya. ¿Qué está?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ya. ¿Y cómo se hace? ¿Se hace algo? Ah, había que venir para acá. Yo soy tonto y pensé que era una cosa diferente.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Entonces lo vamos a tener que pagar. Me asusté. ¿Qué va a pasar, señor? Dinos. Estaba haciendo como media hora el tonto ahí. Si sabes que había que hacer, pasé al frente de esa puerta pensando que era la de donde venimos. Era donde habían harta pantallas, pero no veníamos de una forma así. Soy tonto. ¿Qué es eso?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Bueno, esto fue entonces una de las opciones.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Ya. Entonces esto fue una de las... No sé cuántas formas debe ser de terminar el juego, pero esto fue una. Y creo que lo vamos a dejar aquí, aunque haya sido tan corto. Pero, no sé. Habrá un segundo capítulo, yo creo. Yo creo que lo va a hacer ahora, en este mismo momento, pero no hace el mismo capítulo. Así que, nada, nos vemos en la próxima. Adiós.
But Stanley